Okay, good morning, all of you. So today we'll discuss some application problems related to ampere force, dipole moment, and next we'll go for the cyclotron, which is not there for advance, only for mains it is there. It's just only a small one diagram is there, one formula is there, but very important for mains, may not be nothing to do with advance. So first we'll discuss few problems about the dipole moment one. Okay, read the question on the screen. What is the, already I think we had some what is the current needed to tip that particular ring? Okay, this is a ring. Okay, it is placed in a on a horizontal surface. Okay, this is a ring. So it is placed on a horizontal surface. Now, what is the okay? Read the question. Meanwhile, I'll set the diagram. Yeah, fine. Okay, there's a horizontal uniform magnetic field is there. Okay, let's get into this one. So R is the radius, remaining all. Already we have discussed half of the problem. Already we have discussed. That's what I feel. Half of the problem already we have discussed. Now, what is it? Current to tip the ring. So let the ring tip about point P. Let me convert into some plane diagram everything. So there's a three-dimensional what you have seen. Let me convert this into plane diagram. So it will, here is the ring. And B bar like this. This will be. Let I be the current flowing through this. So let me take point P. And it is kept on a surface. Huh? So I'm just making problem like this. So let me take this point P, which is very important for us. Now, try it on less. So what is the, how is the B bar now? Let's come for this. So what the ring will tip about point P, no? So how the dipole moment of this will be? Dipole moment m bar cross m bar will be into the plane. And how mg will also, mg will act into the plane of paper. It is kept on surface, no? M bar will be in this direction. Curl fingers, right hand, right hand. So m bar cross b bar. So it will tip about the point P. So here the ring tips about point P. So then, so what is the condition for that? Torque due to dipole moment should be greater than or equal to the ring to tip about point P. To tip about point P, torque due to dipole moment should be greater than torque due to the weight. What is the torque due to dipole moment? mb, weight of the torque due to this mgr. M naught, I'll write it, mass of the ring. It'll be easy for us. So what is m? M is I into pi r square b greater than. So already we have discussed this. I discussed this for a wire. Now I'm just bringing a ring there. So what should be the current now to tip it? Mg pi br. Keep this in hand. Okay, let's come for this. A current I that is double of the minimum current required to flip over the ring is made to circulate in the coil. Find the force of normal reaction from the table point on the ring immediately after the current is switched on. So what is our next part of the problem? If I make the current in the ring double this, definitely it will tip, no? How did it will tip? So here actually, let me bring that axis here. So this axis, what it says, how the torque due to dipole moment will be in this direction, torque due to weight in this direction. Now when you apply current greater than this, definitely the ring will try to rotate about an axis passing through point P. If you are taking in terms of that axis, no, so this will be, what is this axis? This will be x-axis. If you are finding difficult in these things, no, so shall I say the ring will tip about in which plane the ring lies? XZ plane. So ring lies in XZ plane. Okay, now come for this one. So now the same diagram. Okay, now let me pass a current which is twice of this. Let's see that what conditions will arise here. So he's asking that normal reaction, all that one. Just is bringing some rotational mechanics ideas. Huh? These are some mixed concept which will really help a student a lot. They're not only just magnetic force something. Application part is what I'm trying to stress here. What is the current now? So the current earlier, okay, sorry, this was I know. Now how much of current? I'm going to pass a current I. And what is this I? I is given, which is equal to 2I. So what is I is equal to? Mg pi Br. There's a current which will tip. Anything greater than that, it will definitely will tip. There's a current, that one, minimum current. So what is I now? 2I, it is what flowing here. Now, what do we expect here now? The normal contact will act. What are the forces that will be acting? Normal contact. Then how the torque due to dipole moment? Like this, torque due to weight. What are the conditions for the ring? So it is having now rotation motion. It is going to have angular acceleration alpha. So write it now. So what is the high Z P? Directly let me write or talk about P should be equal to torque due to dipole moment minus mg into r. What this should be equal to? Moment of inertia about an axis passing through point P. About Z axis passing through point P. This should be equal to I into pi r square B minus mgr. Torque is about P. I'm writing now torque about P. The torque due to dipole moment will try to rotate, and since the ring will come in contact only at the point P, no, so it is as good as like a body suspended. I think yesterday's class we have discussed now the same. What is the moment of inertia of this? About any tangential 3 by 2 mr square into alpha I pi r square B minus mgr. What is all the values will substitute here. What is I? I should be equal to I. Or twice of this. So directly we can write only mgr. This torque will be twice of that one. No? So if you want, you can avoid all that, the torque due to dipole moment, or substitute, it's left to you. mg pi br pi r square b minus mgr. So solving this, I'll end up with alpha is equal to 2g by 3r. Keep it in hand. Anything it can be. Here, see, okay, the torque due to dipole moment will try to swing the rod. If you set free to rotate, it will rotate about axis passing through center of mass. And what about here? You are forcing it to rotate about point P. And anyway, the torque passing through center of mass will be parallel to that. So the magnitude of torque will be same. Sometimes you would have to take component of that. I think these are some problems, application problems. What are there in rotation mechanics? I think there's a basic idea of the torque, no? Skew symmetric vector. I think in SU Verma, one definition he has put it. Okay, now after this, what is our question is normal reaction, no? How to get that normal reaction? I think, okay, I'll keep this much of diagram in it. How to get the normal reaction. Look at the state of the ring. I'll include everything here only. Yeah? So what are the forces that will be acting on the ring? So let's go for the forces acting on the ring. So this is the point P. Normal contact. Here the weight. Okay, this is a ring. Then there's a weight, and there'll be torque due to dipole moment. Torque due to dipole moment. So then definitely what will happen? It will try to have acceleration. And it is having here alpha. So what is the equations of motion you can write? N minus mg equal to ma. And what is A? A is equal to R alpha. So N minus mg equal to mr alpha. And value of alpha we know. Substituting this mg plus mr alpha. Alpha is 2g by 3r. So normal reaction will become equal to 5 mg by 3. And what is mg further? So mg is not given for us. No, mg you can replace from this data. Pi br. And this will be our end answer. At that instant, we are finding out. At that instant, the ring will try to tip. Then n minus mg should be good. This one. See, like what actually happens here? The rod will tip. No, I think you have to understand. I'll trying to show in the video what actually happens here. It is like this. No, it will tip. No, since we applied a current more than the minimum current to pass, no, it will tip here. So it will tip about select this like this point. So therefore, the moment it starts tipping, so first what happen the. So what will make it to that one? So the acceleration of center of mass, n minus mg equal to ma, the translated motion. It will not. It is kept like this here. It will tip. It has to tip, no, totally. So what? Look at the center of mass now. Earlier it is here. After some time will come here. So the center of mass is going to undergo displacement, no. So there we are writing translated motion here. Take next one.
Second one, scroll down. Thank you, sir.
Come for this. The force due to magnetic field, you check it, will be zero, no? Look at the net force on a current carrying loop kept in a uniform magnetic field. What will be the force? Will be zero. Okay, fine. Read this question. Okay, there's a ring is there. Come for this. So now this is the plane surface. So there's a bead now. So that bead will show take like this. Anywhere you can bring. So I'm just picking up here. So there's a bead. Fine. Okay, there's a radius. So it is having there's a that ceiling. There's a ceiling. So try to understand first the diagram. Huh? It's very easy. Rest all nothing is the ceiling of a room. It is instead of on ground, he is making it to move on the ceiling. So this will be the angular velocity. Look at the omega, and we don't know radius. That's why he has not given. And b bar is everywhere into the plane. Let's get into the problem now. There's a gravity. Charge particle P of mass m is fixed on the ring. Okay, I can take bead also. I'm more comfortable with the bead. If you want, you can directly fix it. It doesn't matter. So he's asking what should the charge Q on the particle and radius are thing so that there is no force of interaction between the ring and the particle. So this is the ring, no? And this is the bead, or you can say particle. Is it okay now? So this is what? Particle or bead. If I show bead, no, it'll be very easy for you to really understand the conditions here. So let's get into that one. What is the state of ring? It's having both translatory as well as rotative motion. Okay, first here, apply Fleming's left hand rule, B bar velocity due to translative motion. So it is going to experience a force Q V naught B. This is due to what? Translative motion. Then due to rotative motion, will there be any forces acting on it? What are other forces? The weight mg. And what about it will have tangential velocity, no? The ring will also have tangential velocity. I'll give some other color. Due to tangential velocity, will there be any Lorentz force? So that F equal to Q, V bar cross B bar, no, you can also call it Lorentz force. Will there be any Lorentz force on it? So B bar, so how the Lorentz force will act? Lorentz force will act towards the center. So it will be radial direction. So I'll show that one. So Q, VT into B. And no interaction. No interaction means no normal contact. What do you mean by no force of interaction between the ring and the particle? No normal contact. This will be much easy for you to understand. That's why I just brought that bead. So what is the meaning of this? No force of interaction means no normal contact. This is very important. No normal contact force. Okay, let's write all possible equations. No, along y-axis. Will provide required centripetal force here. So I'm just going to stand on the ground. Let me write. I'm a person standing on the ground. Now write down the equation. Let me define. This is theta. This is theta. This will be theta. And what is the condition for us? What all? We assume like this, no? V tangential equal to R omega naught, and pure rolling V naught minus R omega naught equal 0. So therefore, V tangential also equal to V naught it is. First is asking to get the charge on a ring. And next is asking radius R of the ring. We don't know R. That also, okay, this is R is unknown. No? So therefore, I think it didn't show omega naught. I think it's a better, these are not given. Omega naught, all these things are given. Not given, only V naught is given. If you know radius, then we can bring that angular velocity. Are you able to understand now? Just to make you like able to make you think open, I just shown all these values. It will have some angular velocity. First, we'll start with in the ground frame. A person, what he sees that one. Shall I say this Lorentz force Q V naught B will balance mg. And this particular force will provide required center, because what is the velocity of the particle and the center of the ring? Both will be same. So what is the path of the particle? You will see that one. What is the path of the particle as seen by the person on the ground? Shall I equate these two forces? QV naught be equal to mg. And along radial direction, the resultant of these two forces should be equal to m omega square r. Just equate forces here. So why can't we bring this force also? There's no normal contact, no? This is just like a, for pure rolling, no? Roll, made to roll. Okay, it is just made to roll. Okay, first I'll go for along radial direction. I'll write it. Radial direction. There's a radial direction. Along radial direction. First, if you understand situation, rest of I think we can manage along radial direction. QVTB plus QV0B cos theta minus mg cos theta equal to m omega naught square r. Anything can we write about QV0B should balance mg, no? Along y-axis. So here I write it. Along y-axis. This is let me not show this. Yeah. No. QV not along y-axis for equilibrium. So what is the expression for charge? Expression for charge is equal to, first we'll find out this much. Okay, this much is given. V naught is given, mg is given. So one part of the problem gets over. Now come for this. Along radial direction. Along radial direction. What are the forces acting? Component of this. Component of this. Then due to component of this one, q v naught b cos theta. Q v naught b cos theta. Then mg cos theta. Then what is this q vtb? Oh. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Got deleted. I don't know. Okay, let me draw a rough diagram. I think I lost everything. This is. Then there's a radius, there's a tangential. Keep it here. So the weight mg will act. This having velocity v naught. Then, so because of magnetic field, I'm writing rough diagram. Again, time will get wasted up. This will be like this. And as it is in the ground frame, what actually you see first, like the charge along y-axis. QV naught B minus mg equal to 0. Or Q equal to mg by bv naught. There's the equation 1. This is the one part of the answer. Then it's asking the radius of the ring. It's telling it's a rolling, so it will also have the angular velocity omega. Now, what about the other forces that will be acting? So it will have tangential velocity. It will be having tangential velocity. So due to rotational motion, so what are the forces that will set up a particular thing, that one? So from there, what happened? We should get expression for the radius of the ring, that one. So now, okay, let's proceed like this. So mg equal to q v naught by b. So can we bring the radius into picture? So radius is something is asking, this is r. So look at about the tangential velocity. It will have tangential velocity also. So write equation along radial direction. Q VTB plus Q V naught B cos theta. This I'm assuming this is theta. Q V naught B cos theta minus mg cos theta equal to m omega square r. These two will cancel out. These two will cancel out. These two will cancel out. So Q VTB is equal to, bracket will write it. This will be 0 equal to m omega square r. So now Q VTB is equal to m omega square r. Okay, let's come for substitution. What is VT? Tangential velocity. Omega naught r b m omega square r. Q omega naught. Okay, this is omega no only. Q1 omega also get cancelled, so this will be, total will be QB equal to m omega. Substitute no value, so we have to bring that r no. So what is Q is equal to? QB, what you can write? Mg by V naught. M omega, what you can write? V by R. So therefore, what is R equal to? V square by G. Those who have taken screenshot, please do send the first and the second one. It got deleted. Those who have taken screenshots, send me in WhatsApp after class.
Sir, it will be there in recording now, sir.
No, I have to upload PDF, no? For PDF. Any of the, in the, with respect to center of mass of the ring, what will be the only force that will be acting? What will be the centripetal force? M omega square r, that's all. Okay, that BD said I made a ring so that instead of that particle, no, let that be a bead, that one. So you'll come to know there's no normal contact. So what is the meaning of this? No normal contact. There's a condition given. If normal contact, the things will be a little bit different. Let's take the, okay, now this is a some condition I'm giving. So this is the string of length L. It is hinged about, string of length 12 hinged about 0.2. Two charge particles I'm taking. I'm going to project with a velocity v. So what should be the magnetic field strength so that the tension in the string will be 0? In the first diagram, there's a diagram 1. Find the B bar so that tension in the strings, in the string will be 0. This is a path, circular path. Now what are the forces that will be acting? So here QVB, avoid electrostatic interaction. I think every problem you're supposed to, no electrostatic interaction, no electric forces. I'm making clear, even in questions they'll mention. Avoid or neglect effect of electrostatic forces here. What should be the forces that will be acting here? No? So what should be the magnetic field? So here, let's assume that tension in the string should be 0 is telling. So then all power required centripetal force, the QVB. If you want to assume tension, So what is the magnetic field? He himself is asking tension must be 0 for that. Tension the string must be 0. So therefore, shall we assume QVB equal to mv square by L? What should be the magnetic field equal to mv by QL? So this is the magnetic field strength. Now what I do, I'm going to project with the same speed. I'm going to decrease the magnetic field. So in the diagram 1, so what is the thing? Now the field strength is decreased to B by 2. Find the tension in the string. He's putting a condition. Let the field strength, let it be decreased to B by 2. Same speed they're projected as usual. You can look at this one. Then what are the forces they'll be acting? The magnetic Lorentz force QVB by 2. Then tension. So what are the equations of motion will be? T plus QVB by 2 is equal to mv square by L. Substitute the value of B there. What we have from earlier equation, substitute, you're going to get the required thing. Okay, some questions, connected strings with friction, anything. It's a very, what I said, it's a very generalized topic. Only that Lorentz force F equal to QVB is what you must know. The remaining rest all everything, they can bring any of the basic situation. So QV by 2, B is what? MV by QL. Tension is equal to mv square by 2L. Let's come for some ampere force, some few applications. Read question number 38. There's some problem based on SHM. Okay, there's a triangular ring. So there's a uniform magnetic field. I'll show only one point, that one it is. Everywhere uniform magnetic field is above this line and there's no magnetic field here. So initially this is the value is given. So let's assume this is theta for calculation. Triangle of side length A. So this will be theta will be 30 degrees. And this value of y not given, root 3 4 by A. So this is C A B. Find the current in the loop for equilibrium. For equilibrium, it's asking find the current in the loop. So in what action the current must be there? The current must flow in this direction. And is asking for equilibrium, what should be the magnitude of current? Then how to calculate? So actually, so A, B, C, no. So come for these points here, P1 and P2. So when you move from P2 to P1, what is the effective length? Effective length is only P1, P2 only. And the force acting, what is the force acting? Because everywhere this segment is there in the magnetic field. So what force is acting on P2, B, A, and AP? Is what the force acting on this one? Effective length, L bar. Just bring the concept of L bar. So how to calculate P1, P2? So now we know tan theta. So call this is X. This is X here. Or say some R you write it. No. So tan theta is equal to R by Y naught. R equal to Y naught tan theta. So Y naught is root 3A by 4 tan 30. Theta is 30 degrees. 1 by root 3. So this is A by 4. So what is the effective length P1, P2? P1, P2 should be equal to 2R. So this should be equal to A by 2. Then who will balance the weight of this particular triangular frame? F naught should be equal to how much? B into current I into P1, P2. So BI A by 2. For equilibrium, what you can write? F naught should balance mg. What is mg? The weight of the triangular loop. It is present in the gravity. Somewhere at the center of mass, you show the weight. And where the BL force will be acting upward. So let me, to make you understand, I'm just showing it here. Who will balance weight? Just wait some minutes. I'm just showing this F naught BL force, no? So this I'm showing it here. Okay, look at the direction of current. Is it okay? I'm right?
Opposite.
Opposite to that one, huh? Yeah, effective, no? It will current will should flow from P1, P2. I made arrows. Huh? I'll change direction of arrows. Okay, fine. Yeah. This is Then okay, BL force will act. Okay, this is about now we know. So here BI A by 2 minus mg equals 0. What is I is equal to 2 mg by BA. Now it is slightly displaced and released. So y naught plus y, let the displacement be. Proportionally, what will happen to that r? R will increase, no? So let me write this as r plus x. So what is the additional force that will act here now? I think rather than going for calculation, what is that additional force, additional BL force, what will act is has to be determined here. So that this F naught, I think I'll make it here. I'll show it here. So now this will be F naught plus delta F. Why delta F should come? Because the effective length has increased by how much? 2x. So shall I say that the additional length only it matters here? I'm trying to straight away jump into the problem and conclude here rather than again going for this. So therefore, now this theta will be as it is. So theta, this is theta. And that additional force delta F should be equal to BI into 2x. This additional force is only what will set up a acceleration. The loop will have net acceleration here. So this will be equal to B. Value of I already we know from the previous one. 2 mg by 2 accelerations. A dash, I'll write it. A. This is 2. What to do with x? How to bring x into picture? Again, take tan theta. Keep it here. Now tan theta should be equal to r plus x by y naught plus y. Solve that. I'm just showing by another method, or else you can do one thing, calculate f naught plus fe minus mg there. It will get error. So either of thing for you. So now solve this two. Tan 30 1 by root 3. So we know r in terms of y naught. R by y naught you can write it. So you know value of y naught is given. So that x in terms of y has to be replaced here. Anybody just solve it and give it. Is that okay? I'm just taking only that additional force is what restoring force, no? The other thing, other force will be balanced by the mg. If you are finding this difficult, what you should do, you have to take like this. What is the alternative method you have to take it?
Y equal to root 3x.
Bi 2r plus x minus mg should be equal to ma dash. Will I agree this? Y equal to okay, yeah, fine. This one. Y equal to root 3x. So if you are unable to think this logically, directly go for this. What is the now force acting that one? What is the length of this effective length? How much P1? What is the effective length of this part of the loop? What is the effective length of this part of the loop? What is the effective length of that? Will be P1, P2, the new length, or P1 dash, P2 dash. So now in place of here 2r plus x will come. Then substitute all the values and solve it. You'll end up with the same equation. So I'll directly write it. The time period is given by minus ma dash equal to 4b mg. B will get cancelled. 4 mg a x equal to y by root 3. A equal to 4g a root 3 y. So the time period of oscillations will be 2 pi a root 3 by 4g. Okay, just check the calculation. I'm ending up this much of answer. Okay, can be brought SHM. Still many problems are there with ampere force. So once we learn magnetic field due to different structures, now I'll bring that particular problems here. This is very important. Again, check there are 3 times he has asked ampere force and SHM. You have to be very careful. You can, instead of triangular ring, you can bring a square frame. Check it, is it possible or not? If it is a square frame, instead of this, if it is a square frame comes, and there's a magnetic field, I'll pass a current, let I be the current, and it is in equilibrium. The weight of this W, everywhere B bar is into the plane. So now the BIL force you take like this here. BIL force will balance weight. So therefore it's in equilibrium. And now you slightly displace it and release. What will happen to the loop? These are the try to analyze. Just don't end up there only. If the shape of the loop changes, different shape of the loop, what conditions will arise? I'll write it here. BIL minus W equal to 0. Let me displace it slightly. Equilibrium. No. If I push it slightly and release, will it execute SHM? Definitely the answer is no. Any reason? Because no restoring force, nothing is there. And it will retain that again equilibrium. Again, this is equilibrium. Can you define what type of equilibrium it is?
Neutral.
Go back. Neutral equilibrium. So this will be a neutral equilibrium. Getting this one? So instead of asking some numerical, no, different shaped loops, and they'll displace it, they'll check you what is the nature of equilibrium you test it. So what do you mean by neutral equilibrium? And when you displace it again, the net force is 0, then it's said to be neutral equilibrium. No? Or d square u by dx square constant, then it should be a neutral equilibrium. In terms of mathematics, in terms of physics, like this, when you displace it again, it will retain the new equilibrium position. Again, it will attain equilibrium. Again, what happens there also, the net force will be 0. So no restoring force or no destabilizing force. So therefore, it is said to be neutral equilibrium. Got this? I think you change the shape of the loop, things will change accordingly. So now, what is the situation required for you? Different shaped ring loops here in equilibrium. Displace it. Check it. Is it unstable, stable, or neutral? Let me take the next question. This is some very basic concept is there. It's there in Edo. Oh, sorry, in most of the popular books it's available. Read once. there's a conductor. So we are going to pass a charge through it. And let there be horizontal component of Earth's magnetic field. Let it be B. The charge Q is going to proceed. Suddenly a certain amount of charge is passed through it and it is found to jump to a height. So suddenly means that it has passed through it. So at t equals 0, the charge was here. After some time t, it is available here. Then due to this flow of charge, so will there be any flow of current? As it is some average current, we can define I is equal to Q by delta T. So now BIL force will act on it. And the weight, mg. So, and for what duration of time this BIL force will act? For small duration of time. So shall I say some sort of impulse will act on it? So what is effectively, you have to take the rod and impulse will act here. So rather than BIL, let me just call magnetic impulse. This mg you need to show it. So what is the magnetic impulse? That should be equal to BIL into delta T. What is I is equal to Q by delta T, L delta T. So which is equal to BQL. Because of this magnetic impulse, what will happen to rod? The rod shall I say it will now will acquire velocity, because when impulse acts on a system, it will acquire velocity. Now because of this velocity, it will ascend to certain height. That height is what is asking. What should be V should be equal to H should be equal to V square by 2G. And this should be what is impulse JB equal to M into V. And what is, substitute all the values. So H equal to V square is JB by M whole square by, this is 2G. Let me write in this corner. Take this one. So now let me substitute all the values. H is equal to JB is what? M JB by M. JB by M will be only V square. So V square by 2GH. The charge passes through the conductor. Again, you have to trace it out. For that Q, you have to solve this equation. What height? I think height already we have got it now. So let me search for H equal to V square by 2G. So directly what happened? We should bring expression for now Q. How to bring Q? This is from kinematics only. Directly you can write it, no? But I think the argument will be the charge passed through the conductor. He's asking expression for Q. He didn't ask any other thing. So we'll do one thing. This Q is what needed, no? This Q is what needed. So let me equate these two here. BQL equal to JB. JB is what? M by V. V is what? Root of 2GH. So Q equal to M BL 2GH.
So root 2 GH is in numerator.
Oh, V is equal to JB is equal to, yeah, it should be here, no? This other part H equal to V square here directly from kinematics you can write it. No need. Just I wanted to show you that all set of equations. This is hypothetical. Isolated charge making it to move. So again, what they do, they'll connect this rod to the spring. They'll pass a charge because of velocity of it'll go and compare the spring. So all other related problems will come. So when suddenly charge flows through a rod, what will happen? An impulse is set up. Rest all application problems you have to manage. When a charge suddenly flows through a rod, an impulse is set up. This idea, rest all everything will bring all other conditions. Take no, this one. So what is a current carrying loop? This is a current carrying loop. I think we should not bother anything, no? What is a force acting on it? F equal to BIL. What is L? Effective length. So can you calculate effective length? How to calculate effective length? And this is what effective length, no? It's a parabolic curve.
4, sir.
What is effective length for? Yeah, 4 meter. Yeah. Substitute now current I, all this one. So whatever the shape of conductor you know, it doesn't matter. Effective length is what it matters here. So you do get many different questions with the field here one dimensional. Field will be 3-dimensional, 2-dimensional. So in the formula L bar you calculate and substitute. There's a very popular question. Can be asked in advance also. You have to be very alert. So effective length is 4, magnetic field 5, current is 3, 60 Newton. What about the direction? B bar current, so will be I cap.
I cap, sir.
Positive x-axis. Put x equal to 0, you calculate this length, coordinates, this one. This will be 2 meter, 2 meter. This will be 2 meter, this will be 2 meter. No? So effective length is what you have to substitute in the formula. No, again, the application of BIL. So there's a rod is carrying a current I. So some battery is connected to it. You need not to bother, sir, how that current I will flow, you maintain. So it's kept on a tracks where the friction is sufficient for pure rolling. So then a uniform magnetic field B is switched on. So it's asking to get the acceleration as well as the rolling friction that is going to act on this rod. Now look at the rod, shall I say it is kept in a uniform magnetic field. What is the direction of force it will act? The force will act towards right. So if I just show only the plane view, this is the plane view. So current here will be into the plane throughout the conductor. B bar is like this, and this is the track. This is a track. Okay, now what is the, now how the BIL force should act? B bar current, so the BIL force will act in this direction. Straight away you write it, there's a BIL force, weight mg. what are other forces? Normal contact. It should act at these things. I'm just showing plain diagram. It is. What direction? Friction. The friction should act for pure rolling. So I don't know this equation. So as it is pure rolling, acceleration A, this alpha. So BIL minus F equal to MA. Then F into R is equal to this is a cylinder, mr square by 2 alpha. Then A equal to R alpha along x-axis at the lowest point. Solving this, we'll get expression for acceleration and the friction. Friction you should not write mu mg. It's a rolling friction. Application of BIL force. Now, what is the power generated by BIL force? If I ask you, I think first we should get expression for the acceleration. So this will be solving this. F equal to MA by 2 will get it. Substitute here. BIL minus MA by 2 equal to MA. So what is the acceleration equal to? 2 BIL by 3M. The resultant friction I'm showing. Friction act at both the places. The resultant friction is what we are showing. So this is the acceleration. Then what is the velocity of this at any time? V equal to 80. So 2 BIL by 3M into T. So what is the power generated by this? F into V. So 2 BI so it will generate power. It will generate power. So it is having ability what? It is having ability to do work. Let me store it. So any power related questions also will be asked for you. You have to be very careful. Anything related to power also can be asked. So 2 is there, no? Here. There's what? Power generated by ampere force. So just to make you think that it is just like any other contact force, what you studied in mechanics. Is it a dissipative force? Ampere force is a dissipative force. No, ampere force is a conservative force. It's not a dissipative force. Very important. They'll just may argue some set of in matchings. No, ampere force, Lorentz force. What do you mean by Lorentz force? Lorentz force is what? F equal to QVB. Ampere force is what? F equal to BIL. They don't give equations, just say Lorentz force, ampere force, all that one. Conservative, dissipative force, or just external force. Even the Lorentz force also conservative, but work done by it is 0. Because from where F equal to BIL has come, from F equal to QVB only. So Lorentz force is also conservative, ampere force also a conservative. They may just ask you to categorize the nature of forces. So what all you studied forces, no, you must know their basic nature. From where this power for this ampere force will come? The field. For the field, from where will come? External agent. Because somebody should generate this field, no? Somebody should generate that field. Some current carrying structure. And to make a current I in a structure, the cell should do work. So try to interlink the energy. A cell does work because of current I flows. If that current I flows in some current in a structure, some conducting sheet or something, then uniform magnetic field is produced. And so here that field now does work on this cylindrical rod. So what is the energy transfer takes place? In the cell, chemical energy to electrical energy. Then the circuit converts electrical energy. So through that electrical energy, when a current flows through a wire or through a rod here, they'll be converted into magnetic, like when a current flows to some structure, then it will produce a magnetic field. This magnetic field is now doing work on it. This current I is some other cell which will maintain this current in the rod. There should be some agent who should produce this field. No, that agent is what? Doing power, is generating power. Some any energy related questions will be asked. You have to be very careful. You have to trace out all the things here. Okay, no. So after this, we'll take the some cyclotron. We'll discuss. Last topic is the cyclotron. Still BIL force, plenty of numericals are there. So once we learn the magnetic field due to different structures, no, there will come back to this particular thing. Okay, last topic is there, cyclotron. Somebody please mute it. Now, cyclotron. So if you look at the many nuclear science, especially in the medical fields, no, we need, there's a necessity of what? Like a high speed moving charge particle. Okay, then already we did this in electrostatics, no? If a charge particle accelerates through a potential difference, then it will acquire a kinetic energy, that is mv square by 2. And what is EV equal to? 2qv by m. Look at V. What is V? V is a potential. Charge of electron, mass of electron, check it in. To acquire, to have that very high speed, what happens? You have to apply very large potential difference. To have that large potential difference, lot of power is needed, electrical power, and the cost will increase here. And we do have some limit. What is the maximum possible energy we'll get it? The kinetic energy what we get is 200 kilo electron volt. More than this, not possible. Why I'm writing 200 kilo? What is the maximum possible voltage we can have? You look at outside transformers, it'll be written, no, there, like a 200 kilovolt, 1 lakh. Now little bit technology improved. Okay, we are going up to say like a 1 lakh volt. Even that you put it 1 lakh, no, still the speed will be very small. But practically what we needed for applications, we need kinetic energy of order 100 mega electron volt. To have 100 mega electron volt, what's be the potential difference? 10 to the power of 8 volt. Such a large potential difference, though you generate, it will be very problematic. Okay, of course, in the transformer, okay, there, step up, step down transformer. But to just accelerate a charge particle, we cannot generate a potential difference of 10 to the power of 8 volt. You see, mega means 10 to the power of 6. So such a large potential difference is a big headache. So how to overcome that? So for that purpose, what happened? We have brought a cyclone. So what are the first major advantages of a cyclotron? A charge particle with a large kinetic energy can be generated. Already we have electrostatics, we have studied, but there, what is the maximum limit now? 200 kilo electron volt. But for our applications, we need of order several hundred mega electron volts. Okay, getting this one? So where do we use accelerating charge particle? I think in most of the nuclear reactions, protons should bombard some nuclei for the reaction to occur, or most of the medical devices, there are a charge particle should accelerate. No, I think you might have come across many resonance properties in that one. So we need a accelerating charge particle. So to operate medical devices and the nuclear devices. And for that purpose, this cyclotron is a device. Let me introduce the diagrams. It's again drawing it will be. And if you look at the mains, no, that they're asking plenty of questions related to this. Huh? You should be very careful about the type of exam, mains exam. charge particle moving in a magnetic field, then what all the Lorentz force problems we did know, this is very important. The preparation for mains should be, especially not, not weekend. You look at the final exam, no? What all problems we did, motion of charge particle in magnetic electric field, no? How much that are important, equal weightage for this one small topic. So when you're going for mains exam, JEE mains, what to revise motion of charge particle, first cyclotron. Then next are all other things what we discussed. The preparation for mains is little bit, it should be a well calculated one, not like the thorough like in advance. You should be smart enough. Smart preparation is what you have to do, rather than like a preparation what hardcore preparation what we do, no? So than that, it should be smart preparation. Yeah, come from this. Now there is a alternating current, source of alternating current. So these are called as these. So these are called as these, that one. These means you look at the how it's like a symbol D, no? I'll shade it. You can. How do this, the old structure, it appears like a symbol D, capital D. So therefore they are called as Ds, DEES. Now to make atom bombs, all know you need all these nuclear reactors. How sophisticated you are having these equipments, what happen, the more powerful will be the nuclear reactor, even nuclear reactor. So many of the scanning equipments, they need all this one. Come for this. So look at the symbol, green color one, I'm shading it. So how do it appears like a capital D? So therefore they're called as a Ds. They're called as a Ds. What is our main purpose? I should get a high speed moving charge particle. Okay, now come for this. Once again, I'll go back to the theoretical ideas. QV equal to, this is a kinetic energy. So what is our requirement? Our requirement is something 2 mega electron volt. So this E and this C will get cancelled. Let's see that. EV equal to 200 mega electron volt. So what is the required potential difference? One E get cancelled. So this will be 2 into 10 to the power of 8 volt. Let's go for E equal to VD. So V equal to E into D. Let's take the electric field of say like a 1000 volt per meter. Then what should be the distance? Or 2000, I'll write it, 2000 volt per meter. Then what should be the distance D? You should take it here, 10 to the power of 5, no? I think this will really help you, like why we should go for cyclone. What is the distance D? In place of distance D, what we have? 10 to the power of 5 meter. What do you mean by 10 to the power of 5 meter? Convert into kilometer. So what is the distance D required now? It will come to D is equal to 10 to the power of 5 meter. 100 kilometer. So what should be your equipment? I should have an equipment, electrostatic equipment, what happen, whose electric field strength should generate 2000 volt per meter, and till where the field should extend till 100 kilometer, practically possible. This is absurd, no? Totally that one. So what is the biggest headache will come? The D will be a troublesome. It should be as small as possible. So can we allot for a nuclear reactor 100 kilometer, some length of the pipe or some other thing? This much of space can we allot? Or just for scanning equipment, can you give this much of space, 100 kilometer? So totally no, that one. So to overcome this is what the cyclotron. Are you getting no? The rest of everything. So we'll come into this one. Let's get into charge particle. Now, charge particle I'm going to release here. I'm going to release a charge particle. So what that electric field will do will, okay, I'll start from here. I'll release charge particle. The electrostatic force will accelerate it and it enters magnetic field. And we know work done by magnetic field should be zero. So what it does, it just completes semicircular path here. Again, it enters electric field. By the time it enters, no, again, I'll change the direction of field. So means when the charge particle space not sufficient. I'll come here. There's a gap, so we'll start with the midpoint. So here the charge particle are released from rest. And to this, what will happen to this particular, I'll apply electric field, which will be of this particular thing. Now in this gap, there'll be electric field. So now the electric field will be, how it will be directed? Let it be in the direction. So this charge particle experiences a force. So because of this electric field now, it will accelerate. Then it will enter with a velocity, say v1. Now b bar, let it be into the plane. How do it will bend? The magnetic force will act and it is going to revolve in a circular path. So here there is no magnetic field. No magnetic field. No. It's a gap. In this gap, no magnetic field. There is a magnetic field everywhere here. Electric field exists only in the gap. And now again it enters here. By the time it enters here, I'll change the direction. You can see positive and negative peak. Are you able to notice here? Positive peak, and here the field will be. What are that blue color and green color? The direction of field in the gap will change. So now by the time it enters here, the field direction, I'm going to change it. I'll give that corresponding colors. Green it is. Now by the time it enters here, again the direction of field I'm going to change. So what will happen to charge particle? It is going to enter with a speed v1. By the time it passes here, how much of speed it will acquire? v2. It will get accelerated, no? Then because of speed, we know R equal to what? mv by qb. If speed increases, m and qb are constant because there is no any magnetic field in this region, only electric field, so it will accelerate it. Then as v increases, R should increase, so it's going to describe now a path of increasing radius. So where do you should come? You should come here. And it's a constant speed. Here speed will be v2. So when it arrives here, it will have speed v2. And now look at the electric field. It will change direction. Again, it will come like this, E. It will accelerate the charge particle. It will become v3. Again, v3 greater than v2. So it's going to describe so here and everywhere speed, how much it will be in this magnetic field will be v3. So when it arrives here, this is v3, it will get accelerated, will become v4. So now what is the direction of field? Will be E. So like this, what happened? The charge particle, I am going to make it accelerate. Are you getting now the idea? So whenever it, we can change it. We can change it. We can change it. There's no problem. We can change it. So what happened to charge particle? In this gap, it will get accelerated. in this region, it will move with a constant speed. I'm showing that V4 also, so that will be easy for you. There is no increase in speed, only direction changes. So what magnetic field does, it will change direction. So what is the role of B bar? To change direction. What is the role of E bar? Increases speed. Finish short. There's a core idea. Where the charge particle speed will increase in the gap. I'll take it out this. So speed of charge particle, speed of charge particle increases in the gap. So, and in the magnetic field development, it's going to describe a uniform speed motion. That one in the gap, it's going to get accelerated. And now, what is the maximum to get a very high 200 mega electron volt? What is the maximum possible radius of this? Will be around 17 meter. I think this is not something. 17 meter space can be allowed for any nuclear reactor. 17 meter, 17, not kilometer, just 17 meter. By the time charge particle from rest, when you release in the gap, by the time when the radius of circular path is described by charge particle is around 17 meter around, then open is going to acquire the high speed of order of few hundred mega electron volts. I think what happened, the size now, the size of equipment has brought down. No? There's the overall core principle. So what is the requirement? What we should do here? Now we know what is the time taken to move from one to, okay, this I'll give points A and B. What is the time taken to move from A to B? This is A to B. What is the time taken to move from C to D? What is the time taken to move from E to F? What is the time taken to move from F to G? Anybody? Let's try to search some ideas there. TAB, time taken. Shall I say, is it equal? How come, sir, different paths, same time period? So time period depends on what? 2 pi m QB, no? It doesn't depend, even the radius also. So TAB is equal to TCD is equal to TEF is equal to TFG is equal to how much? Pi m by QB, no? Half of the time period of revolution, it is independent of R and also what? Independent of the velocity, the speed of the particle. Is it okay? I'm just giving enough information, just analyze here. Half of the time period of revolution. So what time it takes to move from A to B, same time it takes to move from C to D. This one. So now tell me like this particular signal, what I'm applying. This is what a generator. Electric field generator. So what should be the requirement of that generator? In books, story is available. So definitely when it comes to exam, no, so they will ask you all about the in-depth. The electric field or the potential difference, the cell, what you're going to connect, no, should generate electric field of this nature. The potential difference across the gap should be of this kind. This is t equal to 0. So what should be this time? What should be this time? Pi m by QB. What should be this time? Pi m by QB. This is what I'll just shade one so that will be easy for you. Shall I apply a sine wave or this square waveform? This is called like a square waveform. So it should be a square waveform. It should be a square waveform, that one. So what should be the time period of this? Should be called time period of revolution of the charge particle. Okay, good insert. So there, shall I call this is the T now? I think all of you know function, periodicity of a function. So this is this part of the graph will repeat again and again. No, if you see this, what part of graph will repeat again and again? This part of the graph will repeat again and again. So shall I call that periodicity? So time period is what? What should be the time period of signal? Time period of signal should be equal to the time period of revolution of charge particle inside that D. So therefore, this is the one condition I'll put it. So we know T is equal to 2 pi m by QB and F is equal to 1 by T. So what should be the frequency of the electric field generator? That should be equal to the frequency of the charge particle revolving in this particular cyclotron. So then only resonance occur. Then we'll get a maximum speed. What do you mean by resonance? By the time exactly the charge particle completes half revolution, what should happen to the E bar? E bar should change direction. You can see here. The E bar should change direction. It should get accelerated. So this the mechanism is what? The resonance should occur, that one. So this should be the frequency of revolution. So what is the frequency of the applied signal? This should be equal to QB by 2 pi m. Frequency of cyclotron it is called as. When the frequency of applied signal becomes equal to frequency of revolving particle, then it's said to be in resonance. Okay, this overall mechanism. Now let's come for the structure will be like this here. This is the who will produce that magnetic field? This is the electromagnet, north pole, south pole. So this is like a magnet. You can see here it's telling the uniform magnetic field. So what is the role of electromagnets? They'll produce that uniform magnetic field. Then here is what the charge particle is going to, and what is the condition for that electromagnet? It should not produce any field in the gap. You see this one, where the field should exist only in this region, green color. In the red color, there should be only electric field. You know, in the gap, no, in this gap, there should be only an electrostatic field must be there. And who will produce that electrostatic field? An AC generator. External beam, you can see that one. No, come for this. This electromagnet open should see that it should produce field only in this semicircular regions. It should not produce any field in the gap. In that way, it should be designed. Then next, what is the gap? In the gap, what happened? Which field will exist? Only electric field. What is the duty of that? It should accelerate a charge particle. Now you can see that. I'll leave the charge particle here. The field will accelerate it. So it's going to revolve in a circular path of increasing radius. And we know Q, M, B are constant. As R increases, V will increase. So when the charge particle emerges out, it will emerge with a high speed of order of few mega electron volt. And with that kinetic energy, what it will go and strike some nuclei, some target. It's called like a target, you can see here. So it will be channelized. Again, once this field comes, suppose this target is far away, with the help of magnetic field open, I will make it to move in one specific direction. With the help of electrostatic field, all that one. No. Nothing like that. We can't beat. Okay, like this. So that particular, it will go and strike the target, the particular nuclei where you want to bombard. No, so there you can use this particle. So what is the diameter? What is the radius of this cyclotron needed? Around 17 meters. That is enough to generate a charge particle of order mega electron, a few hundred mega electron. Now a few questions like why we can't use electron here? There's one strict condition he has put. Why we can't use an electron? There's one condition he has put it. We can't use electron for this point. So any reason for that? It cannot, so like a first limitations will put it and all. So can it accelerate neutral particle? No. Neutrons cannot be accelerated by cyclotron. Correct statement, no? So what limitations will put it? Limitations or first thing, neutral particle cannot be accelerated. Next again, so if you take the lighter particles cannot be accelerated. Lighter particles example, the lighter particle examples are like electrons. Lighter particles are electrons or that one. So any reason for that? Because of relativistic mass, because as the speed increases, what will happen to the mass of that one? So it will become, you have to go for, instead of this effective mass, you have to go 1 minus v square by c square. So no longer you can't just take rest mass of the electron, you have to take the relativistic mass here. This is the rest mass, this will be relativistic mass. So as if you bring the electron into picture for calculation purpose, you have to introduce this one. So no longer I think your expression for R is not simple mv by qb. You look at that one, in place of v again it will be this. So the path will not be perfect circle. So a lot of calculations, complications will come into the design of that cyclotron. This is the one thing. So because electrons are lighter particle at higher speed, as the speed proportionally increases, so definitely the relativistic mass will come into the picture here. So therefore, the lighter particles are not used. One more limitation is like as you go for lighter particle, you need high frequency. Any reason for that? I think we have generated formula, no? Where is the formula? Come for this. As m decreases, lighter particle, what happened to frequency? Very high frequency. Very high frequency means we have to generate a signal, electric signal, which will have high frequency. It's a very big problem. So what is another condition I have to put it? Third one, for lighter particle, high frequency alternating electrical signal has to be practically not possible. These are some in books what happened, they didn't stress all this. These are some limitations what we have for the cyclotron. Now what is the energy of the particle emerging out? What will be the expression for kinetic energy of the particle? mv square by 2. So shall we bring expression for that from here? So it depends upon the radius of the D's, no, finally, because the radius of this will finally determine. So when it is emerging out, you can see it is emerging out. So this will determine the radius, no? Got this one? So this radius, what you can write it, okay, mv square, where r equal to mv by qb. And the v again depends on what? The exciting potential. So how to, the kinetic energy of that particle, it depends upon the radius of the beam. So v you write it, no? M by 2, v you can write it as qbr by m whole square. So therefore k is qbm, they are constant, to check it all. K equal to, this will be b square q square b square by 2m r square. So greater the radius of the D's, more the kinetic energy. So therefore the cyclotron with more radius as the charge particle will circle more there and it will going to acquire more speed. So I'm just indicating the diagram, this one, this R and this kinetic energy, they are related according to this equation. No. Again, see, like a relativistic mass comes, the equations will change. Okay, things are a little bit different. So that we'll call it a synchrotron, synchrotron, SYNCHROTRON. Very complicated operations are there. So only a basic idea of this one. It's not there for advanced, but they may ask you as a general passage. You have to be very careful in advance. Okay, I'll stop it here only.